Welcome back. Computers charged. We took a pee. Here we go. Moving on then. So your year in Sheffield, I know how it is though. Like sometimes you just don't feel like you fit in somewhere, right? Like you just don't feel like you fit the whole thing. And whether it's the coach, whether it's the team, whatever. But anyways, that's what it sounded like to me, but who knows? The team not doing what they are supposed to do in Sheffield, then everybody gets gassed, right?
Yeah, it was like, not like great group of guys. Like definitely felt like I fit in that way. But yeah, it was just like, just wasn't. I think it's different too. We came from such a good group in Glasgow, and it was a bit of a different situation, so it was an adjustment. But yeah, we didn't win a trophy. I think we lost in the finals to Cardiff that year.
Of what, the playoffs?
Sorry, at the playoffs. Yeah, the playoff
Yeah.
finals. But yeah, we had some fun times. We went to that Continental Cup.
Where'd you go for that?
The first round we went to was in Denmark, like in Copenhagen.
Where'd you go? Did you go to
Rungsted?
Yeah, Rungsted, old barn.
Yeah, old barn. And then the finals was in Minsk, Belarus.
Really?
Yeah.
You went to Belarus?
Yeah, because that
Rungsted's the brutal barn with the dressing rooms just at the end of the rink, right? Like there's just 4 dressing rooms you go into, and then
I think so. Yeah, there's not a lot of seating either. It's pretty small.
Yeah, it's brutal. I was thinking of Rodover, which is also in the Copenhagen area, but anyways, yeah, that's brutal.
It was different, but
that's where the Continental Cup tournament was.
The first round, yeah. Then Belarus was the final, and it was like a sick rink, big rink. But
we got better arenas for U11 tournaments around Ontario than Rungsted, Denmark. But anyways, moving on. Cool barn. Sorry, moving on. So you went to Belarus, eh?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah,
talking about Eastern Europe earlier, but
and how Sergey was comfortable where he lived.
Yeah, it was I think we won bronze, so we finished third. But we definitely partied like we won gold, so that was all that mattered.
In Belarus, you did?
Yeah, in Belarus.
Yeah, so the boys, that's good. Yeah,
we basically stayed in the hotel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was wondering, like, did you actually like go out and like see what was going on? Because
I don't know, I think we were all kind of worried that what might happen if we left the facilities
all banged up. Yeah, I can see that would be. The only time I played the Continental Cup was with Sunderjyski out of Denmark, and we had a home tournament. It was on our home ice, and a Belarusian team came, and wherever or Stavanger from Norway came, and someone else from Hungary maybe, and yeah, we laid an egg, and boy, they were upset with us for a home tournament. Lay an egg in the Continental Cup, I think. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh no. Is that and that was in Denmark, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that's the only time I've played in the Continental Cup. But yeah, we should have done better. Sorry, we won the gold helmets though. It's right back there. So don't worry about it, Sunderjyski. Anyways, so then that year ends then. Whatever. Anything else to say about Sheffield?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't win as much as we wanted to.
And that shit happens, right?
And it happens. And we had a good group of guys, like I said, but you could kind of see whatever was left of their core for some of those years that they were really successful was kind of winding down. And so kind of similar situation as the year before, I guess. In terms of like, you could see guys weren't coming back, right?
Well, yeah, like you get Legui not coming back the year before you get there, and then you get Matthew Watt didn't even come back. Freder didn't come back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That changes shit.
I think Fitzy left as well,
right, and that changes stuff too.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so then how How do you end up with the Fife Flyers?
Yeah, I think, after that year, at first, you know, we obviously wanted to stay in the UK if we could. It's kind of what we grew to love and felt like a second home to us.
And what'd you have
And
for kids at this point?
at this point, we still had just Max, our oldest, and um, we would actually find out. So, sorry. So this is after Sheffield. So at this point, we came home after Sheffield and had Gracie, our second, like literally within a month of being home. So that would have been 2018. And so now we had two kids, one pretty fresh, pretty
Fresh.
young.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I'm not sure exactly how it came about, but I got, again, I wasn't big with agents at this point. I really only used an agent to get to Austria. And then after that, it was basically just knowing people and talking to people. And
And what's funny is that's how it actually works. It's
yeah, it's funny, eh? Like you
I
get,
never, but when you start asking around, you're like, well, it all happened because he knew him and he knew him, but I'm not an agent. I'm just the shed. And I've never said anything bad about agents. There's a lot of supporters. Shit.
yeah. But it was like word of mouth and guys that played in certain spots or guys that are playing in spots at the time, and one way or another got connected with Todd Dudium in Fife,
And
and
he's been there forever, eh?
yeah, he's been there for a long time. Played and then was player coach for a bit, and then coach. I think actually my first year in the UK, I played against him. He played a bunch of games for Fife that year because they had injuries.
I
But
definitely never played against him. I don't know him at all.
yeah, he's honestly like great guy, down to earth, um, really easy to get along with, and yeah, and just talking with him, they were looking to have a certain type of team, and they like that I've been in the league for a while and had that experience. So yeah, just kind of worked out that way, and we were thrilled with the fact that we could go back to Scotland, a place that we loved and we came to really enjoy, and that's kind of how that came about.
Well, and I thought the Fife Arena is one of the cooler arenas going. I really like the Fife Arena.
Yeah,
When
the
the
old
guys
barn.
get out with the bagpipes and the kilts on and like, that's cool.
Yeah, it's hated playing there especially when I was with Braehead or Glasgow. Always a battle and just hostile. But
Hostile.
but yeah,
Hostile.
when they get that rink going and it's filled, it was an awesome place to play, and so much character in the rink, and um,
It really
it's just
is.
a good old time hockey rink, right? Like
It is.
they
It's
don't they
good
don't
old
make them
time
like that.
hockey. They
They,
don't make them like that now. You think when they build these new fancy arenas, they're not like that.
they don't have the curling circles on them still either. So
And that still screws you up though. I
yeah,
never liked that.
yeah, no, it was great though. It's we really enjoyed it there, and it's funny because playing there as a visiting team, the years pass, you pull up to the rink and you think this place is a shithole. Like Fife, like how could you ever play here? Um, but yeah, and then when I actually went there and you settle in and you get to know the area and the town, and it was just awesome. Like small town, Kirkcaldy, but you got you got Edinburgh 30 minutes this way, you got St. Andrews 30
So
minutes
what
that way.
the town's not called Fife? It's called Kirkcaldy.
No, the town's called Kirkcaldy or Kirkcaldy. I don't know how they say it over there, but it's in the Kingdom of Fife. The Kingdom of Fife is like the county, I guess, which includes
They
St.
call it the
Andrews.
kingdom.
The Kingdom of Fife.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's how it works. Don't ask me. I didn't make
Yeah,
it
no,
up.
I understand. No, that's cool. I think it's cool. It's called the kingdom. I mean,
Yeah, so I lived in a kingdom.
yeah.
Um,
And you lived in Kirkcaldy in the kingdom of Fife.
exactly. You got it.
Boom. I live in the township of Huron Kinloss in Carton. uh, anyways, okay. If you were gonna eat anywhere in the world of all the places you've lived, what restaurant would you go to? What would
Oh
you
man.
order?
Oh man, that's tough. Um, we're big steak people, so obviously the keg's right up there when we're at home.
Yeah.
Um,
We were
but if
just there as a hockey team under 11. Shout out to the team in Windsor, to the keg. It was crazy, man. We got put out or whatever happened. I don't know what happened, but what day it was, but they took our whole team and they had a room for just the kids. Then they had an area for just the parents, and they brought us all in, and the staff couldn't have been nicer. And that was the keg in Windsor, Ontario. So thanks,
there you go,
folks.
shout out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, keg's awesome. But if it was, where we're playing, mostly we're in Scotland. There's a few places that come to mind. I know.
Better not be getting into those dirty scotched eggs.
No, it's like nicer restaurants, I would think, or just, you know, good authentic places. The fish and chips in Anstruther were always amazing. Um, there's a place in Edinburgh called The Outsider near the castle. It's a nice little restaurant. We go there a couple times, and again, there's some steakhouses. Glasgow.
Isn't
Uh,
it interesting talking about all this stuff, like all the stuff you got to do, and then the baloney started, and you're like, guess we've just been working from home.
yeah. Oh, there was. Sorry, now that I think of it, there was a pasta place in Glasgow or in Renfrew where we lived in Braehead or in Glasgow. Um, little pasta place called Amore's, and it was on like dynamite takeaway pasta and great for pregame, great for postgame. It was very versatile.
Oh,
You could eat it any day of the week.
some of the restaurants you see over there, like I was more when I guess when I was in Germany, you just find this little hole in the wall Italian dude that's just making his own pasta, and you're like, this is the wildest, like this is as good of food as I've ever had. And I'm like, I don't understand how they want me to contain my weight in Germany with this type
Yeah,
of shit going on.
this collusion.
it's it's not fair when you want me to be a professional hockey player. Um, but anyways, so then Fife, you're there for 2 years. So then it's weird in this league, right? In the EIHL, there's like the few teams that have a chance of like doing her. And then there's the teams that are like fighting for the playoffs from the start. And it's weird, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, it is tough. You can see some years there it's really competitive, and there's 5, 6 teams that could win the league. And then there's the years where you see it's like the 2 or 3 or 4 the big dogs that with the big budgets that seem to always contend.
Well,
But
and the expectations, right? Like if they don't do it,
yeah,
then coaches are fired, players are fired, things are changing, and it's like this is unacceptable. Where then there's other teams where it's like, yeah, but like you're good people, you're a good player, like let's try and do better next year, right? It's weird.
yeah, it was Fife. We didn't have the best teams in terms of stats. But yeah, it was a great 2 years. Like we really enjoyed it. Um, Dutes and Hutch were the coaches there, and they did a great job. And unfortunately, the performances didn't turn out our way. But I
Hutch,
think,
that's the Jeff Hutchins. Is that the guy's name?
yeah, yeah, Jeff
Was he
Hutchins,
a player coach back when I would have been playing? Was he still
yeah,
playing?
with Dundee, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't. I just remember the name. Yeah, okay. So that he was. They had two coaches, a head coach and an assistant coach, that were not players.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and it was we didn't finish the way we wanted to at all, but had some good guys come through, and um, definitely wasn't a lack of effort for sure. We had my first year there, we had a ton of injuries right before playoffs too, and just killed us. But um, yeah, I think it was my last year there. I'm pretty sure we were in Cardiff for a special game where someone pretty special. Drop the puck.
You were playing for Fife in that game?
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing you strut up down the red carpet, and
Shut up.
I had to wait about 5 minutes for the standing ovation to stop.
Yeah,
They
right.
finally got the puck dropped.
Shut up. You were playing for Fife in that game?
Yeah, swear to God. Because
You're
I was
good.
like, because I remember playing against you years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And you were probably wondering why the fuck are they having a Wally night? And I was like, yeah, me too.
No, I thought this guy, obviously skilled on the ice, but you were only there. Were you there for 1 year or 2 years?
I was signed for 2 years. The 1 year I played the full year, and then the next year I got hurt like October, November, and then I acted like a donkey. Yeah,
Well, just
yeah.
shows testament to your character, right? That they'd pull out all the stops to have you and have a night like that.
I don't know what it was all about, to be honest. I still don't get it, but it spurred the shed, and thank you. But yeah, no, I did act like a donkey that last year. But that you were playing in that game with Fife,
Yeah,
you guys played really well, and then I flew all the way over there. Didn't know a lot of people, and I was there for a couple days, party with Hendo, that and we
yeah,
were having a time. And then I go out and get that red carpet treatment. I was like, I don't know, it really hit home that like I missed the guy that was a hockey player. I missed the guy that loved hockey. And there were some years where I first got back, I didn't really love hockey that much, and where everything ended up with life and kids and a job. And then you get through that and you get into a better spot and you keep grinding. And yeah, it took a night like that to be like, you know what? I miss that guy. I want to be that guy again. you know,
yeah. No, I know. I mean, I miss it a lot still to this day.
it's
Yeah,
tough. It's
I think
like,
some guys they finish and they're like, yeah, like don't miss it at all. I'm
don't want to
still
put
like
the skates on. Yeah.
I'm still struggling to come to terms with it, and still in the back
It's
of my
not
mind, I
playing
think
the hockey though, right? It's not playing hockey. It's not playing the game. It's before the game. It's after the game. It's the lifestyle. It's having more time with your kids. It's
yeah,
all of it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, hockey's not the only thing, right? It's as a player for me, you think back to just the times in the room before and after games, before and after practices, and then you get those hauls of bus trips sometimes, and you're playing cards, you're in the back shooting the shit with the guys, things like that are what you remember.
Well, that's yeah. Yep. You're right.
But yeah,
That's
no,
what I miss. And obviously everybody can tell. Um, I'm having a pretty good time with what I'm doing now. And like I would have never met you. I watched you play for Glasgow, and I watched everybody come out of the room, and I'm like, Scott Aarssen. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is. I'm like, but like if I had a team, I'd take that guy. I'm like, that guy's on the penalty kill, he's on the power play, he's playing first line. And I'm like, this team's legit. And I'm like, he's blocking shots, he's doing everything it takes to win. I'm like, shit, this Glasgow team's a problem. you know? But like, and
I
it's
appreciate that.
yeah, no, but that's why part of why like we got in contact was like there's guys that like I played against in my career that I'm like, I like what that guy does. I like the way he's out here, you know?
But and I thought, you know what, played against some fellow second team all-star,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
if they had a night like that for him, he's got to be doing something right.
Wow. Yeah, no, so that's weird. It was weird. It was that was all weird, but I can't believe you were in that game. And
Yeah,
your goalie was pissed off though. I had to give him the man of the match award. And he had just like, so it was 0-0 with like 6 minutes left, right?
yeah,
And then the shutout's gone. We score three right in a row. And
yeah,
I'm in the crowd waving a flag. So you saw that?
yeah. Oh yeah, saw that. The wheels came off for us, unfortunately, and yeah,
So when you guys saw me up in the crowd waving the flag, spray painted as 88 to go, that's when the wheels fell off, right?
I think it just got into us, into our heads. Mental assassin.
Yeah. And thanks, Huddy, for letting me do 100 however many episodes and so long, as she was standing beside me when I took off my shirt and grabbed the flag. So
That was probably the difference in the game right there.
I think I always like to think that the pregame speech can be important. And I think there's things that can spur teams on, right? And who knows if it really works or not, but you always do your best, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious that you're on that team. That goalie is really pissed off in that final photo when I was giving him like a ball of wine or something, though. He wasn't having as much fun as I was.
Yeah, I think, we were all pissed at the time, but
Yeah,
yeah, you're allowed to have fun that night for sure.
I thought so. But seriously, honestly, it'd be surprising if London wouldn't have a night for you. Like, everything you've done, man, like you were in London for a long time, and like it's a testament to, I don't know, when Matt Keith says you're a good dude, I'm like, bet you's a good dude. Then Lee Salters is like, what a guy. And I'm like, okay, check. And then it's like, that's how the hockey world works. And it's like, that's how you end up in different teams, different places. It's like, if you're a douchebag, then you makes one call and they're like, nah, he's a douchebag. And you're like, okay, move on.
Next.
Right. And that's how the hockey world works. And I don't know,
Exactly. It's all about those connections, and I think, like those guys you mentioned, obviously great guys as well. Yeah, it's just what it's about. It's about those guys you meet, those lifelong friends that you make, and some of those guys you won't ever stop talking to the rest of your life.
Well, and that's what you hope for, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. There's a lot, and then like there's other guys that like you never did meet because your paths never crossed, like you. Where if we were on the same team, it's all whatever. But like it's like once you're on the shed team, you're on the shed team. You're on my team now,
Yeah, if we're on the same team, you might need some more spray paint.
Yeah. Well, you never know what could happen, but no, I don't get spray painted for the under 11s now. It's all about the starting lineup. That's where I get really focused, and I really get the boys going with the starting lineup.
I love it. I love
it. Yeah, I lost my voice a bit there, but anyways, so I don't know what else I got. You got anything else before we shut her down? Other than it's always interesting to see where things end up for everybody. I'm proud of you for you got the kids, you got the wife, and you just got to work and you got going. And I know it's not as fun as being a hockey player. I know that's what you always did your whole life, just like I had been. And you wake up, you give her, you're a good teammate. Probably if people need help, you help them. And if they don't need help, you don't help them. And you're a teammate. And that's, in the real world, it translates, right?
Yeah, no, I think everything from hockey, right? It translates over, and but yeah, I have nothing to add. I think we covered a lot. And obviously, there's a lot more that could be talked about, but no, I just want to say thanks again for having me on, and great to finally get some time in the shed with you, and look forward to talking more.
That's fucking ridiculous that you're on that team. I was like, if Cardiff loses this game and I flew all the way over here and like it's 0-0, 6 minutes left, and I'm like, again, like against Fife, and I'm like, if they lose this game,
yeah, you probably won't be invited back next time.
Yeah. And like, you think I got naked in front of all of you? Lay an egg, really? You saw this for nothing.
That's the A material. That's the good stuff.
And this has been another episode of 3 to 4 Ales and Hockey Tales with Aarssen Wally.